Our own Karen Larson out in the snow. And Karen, how you holding up?
You know, it's beautiful out here, but it is definitely cold, and this snow has not slowed down a bit. This storm is really blanketing Green Country, and it is hitting hard. Schools are closing. The governor has the National Guard on standby to help motorists where needed across the state, especially in southeastern Oklahoma. EMSA has also responded to 21 fall calls just in the Tulsa metro tonight, as well as some cold exposure calls as well. So tonight, we are your eyes and ears on this winter blast from Tulsa's metro streets to the farthest reaches of our region. The 2 News Oklahoma team is live everywhere you need to be. My colleague, anchor Naomi Kidd, is standing by in Muskogee. Reporters Brody Myers, Isabel Flores, and Samson Tamajani are spread across Green Country for real-time updates. Our Kathy Tatum is tracking road safety for us. Now, this is the kind of coverage that you will only find on 2 News Oklahoma. We are committed to keeping you safe and informed and letting you know and helping you be ready for whatever this storm brings. Now, the roads, as I've mentioned, even here on Peoria, they are snow-packed and icy. Let's check in now with our Naomi Kidd. She has been in Muskogee all day long. You've been talking with drivers there, Naomi. What are they saying about the conditions there?
Karen, we have been here since about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and like you mentioned, this snow has not let up. I want you to take a look at the roads behind me. They are snow-covered, snow-packed. We have seen snow plows in this area, but there's still plenty of the white stuff on these roads tonight. These snowy conditions caused some shops to close early. If you can actually see that Chick-fil-A right across the street, they closed around 4 o'clock this afternoon. They'll open later tomorrow morning, all because of this snow. And take a look here. We got a chance to stop by a local gas station here in Muskogee where workers were clearing off the sidewalks and trying to make those sidewalks safer for their customers. I also met up with a truck driver. His name was George Rodriguez. He'd been driving for about 9 years, but says the snow always presents challenges, significantly slowing down his drive just so that he can make it to his destination safely. I talked with him about the road conditions that he's seen so far in Muskogee.
Right now they're full of snow and not that icy. They're cleaning them up pretty good right now.
And we have seen some of that cleanup process. You're seeing an ODOT truck right here on Shawnee Bypass clearing some of those roads. The city of Muskogee also has that equipment, those salt and sand trucks, snow plows, and brine applicators as well in order to make this safer for drivers. But all of the officials that we've talked with say if you can, they'd like you to stay inside just so that everybody can be safe out here and just enjoy the snow. So where we are on Shawnee, just near 11th Street, this parking lot really hasn't been touched so far. And we have seen about a few inches of snow here falling. And we're expecting to see even more as this snow continues. Karen, back to you.
Well, Naomi, there'll be a lot of kids will be out enjoying the snow tomorrow because the storm has really forced many Green Country schools to reassess their plans. In fact, Tulsa, Jenks, Union, Sand Springs, among others, giving students a full snow day tomorrow. They're closing. It is virtual learning for some other districts, so you'll want to check. For a complete list of the closures and virtual learning days, head to our website. We have everything you need so you can plan ahead for tomorrow as you start your day. Now, 2 News Oklahoma's Brody Myers is in McAllister tonight. He is live there. Brody, you've been there all day long, and I understand that the further south we go, the deeper the snow is getting.
It is bad down here, Karen. You're talking to a lifelong Oklahoman. I would have to go back 10, 12 years to think of a time when it has really come down this hard. We're talking 6 to 8 inches easily here in McAllister. Got here about noon and it just kept falling and falling. Earlier today in downtown McAllister, we saw a handful of cars come and go, but the roads were treacherous, to say the least. McAllister predicted to get north of 6 inches when it's all said and done, and I think that ship has already sailed. Still, Joe Ward, who lives down here, was cruising his ATV around when we met up with him.
I've been out in it all morning. No, they're all slick. They're slick. They got ice on the bottom of them and snow packed on top.
Now, Joe was having a bunch of fun, and he was very kind to us, but that driving was against the city's wishes. They say they have crews out working the city streets, but really just would like people to stay home. City Hall will be closed until at least 10 a.m. tomorrow. Good news, we haven't heard any injury crashes here in McAlester. Traffic has been fairly quiet. The George Nye Parkway behind me, a semi-truck comes just about every 5-10 minutes or so, but otherwise it's pretty quiet, pretty eerie out here. A couple of warming shelters. The All Saints Episcopal Church open until 10 a.m. on Saturday, and the Hope House, an all-women's shelter, will be open. They're over at 1210 East Cherokee. It's been a quiet day in McAlester, and we'll check back with you again in the morning. Back to you, Karen.
Okay, well, hey, Brody, right what you were saying about all-terrain vehicles, yeah, we've seen a few of them over here in downtown Broken Arrow as well. That is where I am tonight. And one thing I also want to mention, the last time we had a winter weather team coverage event was almost a year ago, and I was making a point then about how the snow that night was so powdery and light, you couldn't make any decent snowball. Yeah, not the case tonight. Check this out. I got a prime snowball fight snowball right here in my hand. And by the way, I also caught up with another couple earlier in the day, also avoiding any stress on the road by just staying home.
Hunker down with a fireplace and a frozen pizza. That's my advice.
Pizza. You speak from experience?
Yeah, we just had a frozen pizza.
Yeah, the Owlberries you just heard from played fetch with their dog Maverick while the snow was a lot lighter. That was also when there were a lot more cars on the road, including the 14 dump trucks the city of Broken Arrow dispersed across the city. Their street department workers are pulling 12-hour shifts to plow and treat the roads. The mother and daughter I spoke with later at the library took advantage of just that.
I think the roads have been okay. So far, they don't look too bad. I don't know what happens when the sun goes down, but so far they seem okay.
City of BA's taking pretty good care over here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, after sundown, that is, the snowfall has gotten a lot heavier, but we have also been seeing the snow plows and skid steers, Caterpillar skid steers, piling up some of the snow to try to keep the loads not too heavy out on the roads. There's another ATV, as we said. Elm Street, over here in Broken Arrow was also quite heavy, quite dangerous, but like I said, some snowplows and other vehicles from the city out trying to alleviate some of that stress for drivers right now. But that's the update here from Broken Arrow tonight. Back to you, Karen.
All right, Samson, thanks so much. Now, early on, the roads weren't too bad, but it was like flipping a switch later this afternoon, and especially once the sun went down. We have seen a number of wrecks, and some have been treacherous. Now, we do want to tell you about a school bus with kids on board colliding with a sedan. That happened just before 5 at the corner of East Admiral and South Memorial. Now, the bus did have 7 middle schoolers and high schoolers from KIPP Preparatory on board, and thankfully we're told that no one was hurt in that collision.
By the time, when they pulled directly in front of me, I couldn't stop.
Well, Tulsa police are investigating the crash and whether the road conditions and the weather were factors. Now, of course, we are keeping a very close eye on this weather right now. Michael, you have been tracking it for days. How's the radar shaping up right now?
Yeah, we've still got the snow coming down across much of the area. And of course, looking here outside from the Renaissance Hotel, you can see the steady snow here in South Tulsa. Looking at dual Doppler with the radar, we notice those darker blues. That's more in the way of some moderate snow. The whites here are some light snow, but what we've got here is this kind of off and on light to moderate snow that will likely continue for the next few hours. Steady snow here to the south and east, but boy, the snowfall totals really adding up south of I-40, and you can see the light to moderate snow here, pockets of moderate snow all the way up into southeastern Kansas as well. We'll break down the amounts and get a look at when we'll finally have a chance to thaw out in just a few more minutes.